Michael, great to meet you. Thank you for showing up to address our community here in F.A.C.E. And you're the leadoff man for the F.A.C.E. interview lineup and the Chicago Cubs, Mike Unetich.
All right. Thank you, Dale.
Hey, Mike. Nice to meet you. I can hear you. Do you see a prompt for a screen share?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay.
I have your face. How about your screen?
Right. We don't want that.
The face is good. You're at the office in downtown Chicago. You know, I was brought up in Skokie.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So, okay, there's your screen, Michael. Very nice. Nice to meet you, buddy. I appreciate you coming in here today. Usually I'm able to, I went to your specific link. The company that you're with again? That you're
Trading Technologies. Yeah, Trading Technologies, and we are based in Chicago.
Okay, so maybe there was a bio there about you. I'm always interested in, how's a nice guy from Chicago end up getting hooked on gambling and speculating in the markets. I mean, it's kind of a natural if you grow up there. You probably knew guys that were at the exchange when you were younger. And how did it happen for you, Michael?
So I discovered the exchanges when I was still in college. I first started just dabbling in some equity options. I kind of became aware of that world just by having a part-time job in a brokerage office. So I ended up seeking and finding a job on the floor of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. That was in the mid-90s. I worked for a guy at that time that nobody knew named Don Wilson. DRW, his firm, is now one of the larger proprietary trading firms in the world. I was there for 8 years before going off to trade on my own. I was a market maker in the pits, including the 10-year note options, a short stint at the CBOE and the equity options, and then also in the Eurodollar back month futures pit. So I've traded a little bit of everything. In 2005, that market started to transition, the volume started to transition to the screen. With my little group, we took that move to the screen pretty seriously. So we started developing some market making programs, and we're doing some pretty decent volume up until about 2009. In 2009, we changed our firm into a software company because we figured we have a pretty nice system here that could compete with the likes of Trading Technologies. So we did that business, and then a year and a half later, we did a little deal with TT, and I ended up there for 18 months. So that was the first time I went from transitioning from trader to the service side. I did that again in 2015. I was trading interest rate futures. In the beginning of 2017, that market became so dull that I discovered the cryptocurrencies, picked up more than a passing interest there. But the frustration I was having was that every time I'd open up an account on a new exchange, I'd see an equally challenging user interface with which to trade. Now, fortunately, I still had friends. I still have friends at Trading Technologies. So I told them, why don't I bring over a laptop? I'll give you a little demo of trying to enter some orders on a couple of these platforms. And after that, hopefully you'll agree with me that TT should go into the business of connecting to this new asset class of a cryptocurrency exchange. So just to be clear on that, Trading Technologies is, we're nothing more than a front-end system that connects to exchanges. We connect to over 40 futures exchanges around the world, a couple cash bond exchanges, and we now connect to one cryptocurrency exchange.
Which one?
We're not yet in the FX world, but this is probably the most logical step that could eventually lead to that, is connecting to Coinbase's GDAX exchange.
Okay, so that's the one crypto exchange that you are connected to. They're the biggest volume-wise, Mike?
They're the biggest in the U.S. I think they trade maybe the most Bitcoin in U.S. dollar terms.
Okay. How about security of funds? Do you keep your balances low there? I mean, none of these are they regulated by not the NFA by anybody, this exchange?
Well, what I would say about Coinbase and GDAX is that I think they're going through the final steps of regulation. They are, I would say, the most trusted brand in crypto. That's one reason that we ended up doing a deal and connecting with them first. They keep 98% of a customer's crypto assets offline, meaning not accessible via any internet connection. The remaining couple of percent, they carry insurance on that. Additionally, anyone with a US dollar balance, I think they have the, is FDIC 250K these days? So you have FDIC coverage on any cash balances. So I tell our institutional customers it's probably one of the few exchanges where, if I was a big fund, I would feel comfortable dropping, putting $50 million on Coinbase and being able to sleep at night feeling that it's totally and completely secure. So because of that,
that's a big statement.
Yeah, and I have I don't have a big account, but I'm perfectly happy keeping my crypto funds and assets on Coinbase and the GDAX exchange as well. So I kind of put my money where my mouth is, I'd say.
Do you also, you know, like carrying around cash in your pocket? Do you have a crypto wallet?
I do. The amount that I have on other exchanges is small enough that I don't feel like I need to pull it off the exchange. By keeping it in a wallet, you are introducing you're reducing your speed at which you'd be able to transact. So I sort of have the mindset of a trader. So okay. If I see something or I wake up in the morning and I want to do a trade, I don't want to have to go through the process of uploading a crypto asset off of a wallet onto an exchange. But I think it's a perfectly good method for people that trust themselves to keep a password secure, and they have the mindset of just wanting to buy and hold an investment.
Okay, so this market is 24/7. When do you rest?
It is 24/7, and that comes out to about 8,700 trading hours in a year versus the equity market, which is something like 1,600.
Because you're not as young as you used to be, Mike. I've heard your story. Okay, so you know
that's right.
Not 1995 anymore, buddy, where you could go to happy hour and stay out till 10 o'clock and then make the opening. So you know, isn't that a kind of a drain on your energies? You have to pay attention. Do you get flat for a day or so to recharge your battery?
No, it is something that you can. It is you can look at your portfolio prices and positions 24/7. That is true. There used to be an old watering hole over near the Chicago Board of Trade. Their slogan was "Don't drink and trade." So you might be able to check it 24/7, but I wouldn't recommend trading it 24/7.
Well, is that the sign of the trader?
Yes. Personally, okay. I don't get flat. I'm comfortable just holding positions.
Okay. You ever put a trade on in church on Sunday and hope that you have God's blessing for it to work out for you?
That's a pretty good idea. I might have to try it.
I've tried everything, Mike, even a magnet on my screen. So why don't we get to the markets here, and maybe you have some views. You know, price discovery, we've had some huge moves in Bitcoin. I've noticed lately that Ethereum seems to be have a better technical structure than Bitcoin. And is there some rotation going on now? What are your views on the asset class here? And are there any trades that look compelling to you?
My view of cryptocurrencies as an asset class is that it does have a lot of potential. It is a borderless, permissionless, censorship-resistant asset class where somebody can transact across borders freely 24/7. I think a lot of us in the U.S., we don't know what it's like. We don't know the feeling what it's like to sleep at night, not trusting that when you wake up in the morning, your home currency and your wealth is secure. So I'd say for people in most countries of the world, crypto offers a unique diversification or a store of value that they would actually view as far safer than the currency that they are that their home country is. So that is certainly one of the values.
Okay, so but don't you think it makes a difference, or maybe it doesn't in those situations, own at any price? Because, you know, there have been some pretty good fluctuations from where it was to 18,000 to 6 back to 9. Is price discovery, and when is a good time to own it, or is it always a good time to own it?
I think like a trader, so when it goes up too much, too far, too fast, I usually scale out along the way, which for me would mean I take a little bit of chips off the table, but I also look to redeploy some into other crypto assets that on a relative basis maybe haven't had a similar type of move. So I'd say
do you have some favorites? Excuse me, do you have some favorites that aren't kind of like in FX we would call certain pairs of majors, kind of like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, maybe even Ripple? What other coins or crypto do you have on your screen? Maybe I could see here, I see mainly Bitcoin. Are there any others that you feel comfortable with trading besides the majors?
So Coinbase's GDAX exchange has the big four, and they have the different currency crosses there. I think all four of those I would consider the majors.
Okay.
Over time, our company will be connecting to more than just one exchange. So other exchanges, you can find some of these alternative coins. Exchanges like Bittrex is a US-based exchange that does a pretty nice job. There's another one named Kraken that's based in the US, Kraken. They're based in the US. They offer a fair amount of alternative coins.
They're in San Francisco, right? Up in the Bay Area. Yeah.
Yes.
So I tried to get a call or a forecast out of you, so I could tell I'm not going to, except I will say what happens first, 18,000 Bitcoin again, or do we take out the 6,000 low?
I think it's poised to go higher from here. I think it's survived a lot of shelling so far this year.
Okay.
I think that slowly it's being recognized as a true asset class, and I think institutions are taking the steps needed so that they can offer cryptocurrencies as an investable asset, their asset class. So I do think it's poised to go higher. So I'll take 18.
Okay, and let me ask you this: as far as Bitcoin and Ethereum is concerned, is there a way that you feel, do you use stop losses when you're trading as a trader, and what's, say, the average risk on a crypto trade for you?
I do use stop losses on more of what I guess I would consider the fast money part of my portfolio. So I do have core holdings where I don't use stop losses. I'm happy to have a certain amount of assets and wealth diversified into crypto. I'd say on stop losses, an average daily move can be anywhere between 2 and 4%. I like to do around a 10% stop loss. So in something like ETH that's priced around 700, and like you mentioned, has a chart that looks pretty decent right now.
Okay.
Something like a $70 fall from here would be where I'd probably want to get out and reconsider if it's going to go back up into the high 300s that it was a couple of months ago.
Okay, so why don't we talk about the platform that Trading Technologies and you have put together? I think you want to talk about the advantages of trading crypto on this platform, front-end platform.
Sure. So for anyone that's experienced trading directly on crypto websites previously, you'll see that all the things that you want to do are not doable all on one screen. So we tried to solve that pain point by getting everything that you'd want to see on one laptop screen. So on this screen up here, starting in my upper left, we have what's called a market grid. And by the way, all these little windows, or what we call widgets, you can pull out of a menu here and completely resize them and make a completely bespoke workspace. So this market grid window, you can click in here and pick a currency asset in the contract column. This gives you market prices, bid quantity, ask quantity. You notice in the bid quantity here we have these plus signs that are showing the market quantity. What we've done there is we've allowed the user to determine how many decimals they want to display. So I'm displaying 2. Crypto is naturally, quantities are 8 decimal places in most cases. We kind of consider that a lot of noise, so we made that configurable by the user. If it is truncating quantity, it displays a plus sign. Below that, we have an order book. Below that, we have fills. Next to that, we have a time and sales window that the user can configure to show. This one's configured to show a minimum quantity of 10. It has highlights at 50 and over. Red indicates that the market aggressor was a seller. Blue indicates they were a buyer. The chart up here, I can pretty easily reconfigure or add things. So let's go in here and I'll add another moving average. Okay. I think I have
very nice.
A 5 up there right now. We'll add a 12. Okay, there's a 12 bar moving average.
Okay.
How about we also add, we could change the time intervals, so we could change it from 5, which it is right now. We could put a line up here.
Okay.
All right, quickly add one of those. All right.
So what's a business model for you guys providing this platform to retail traders? Do they pay monthly subscription rate to do it, or you guys participate in a spread? What's it cost for? What are the costs involved in using your platform?
Yep, good question. So Trading Technologies does have the legacy platform that we have that also connects to cryptocurrency exchanges and all the futures exchanges. That has a monthly license fee, which I'll get to in a minute. The platform you're looking at, which is crypto only, which, like I said, is one exchange now, but we will be adding exchanges. It's completely free to the user. And that doesn't change the prices on the screen or anything like that, meaning what you see on our screen is the real price feed of the exchange. For our business model, we're trying to gain market share. We're taking the long-term view that users of this platform may eventually want to trade the futures and move over to our other license, which runs about $400 a month for a basic user. But this one is completely free, including some automated trading tools. There are advanced order types that I could pull up over in this section.
So it's like a door opener for your other platforms. Okay.
Yeah, but
great strategy.
Thanks. Yeah, it's still a fully functional crypto platform. It's the one that I use. So if someone just wants to trade crypto, I'd say this is high performance, high capability, and no cost.
Well, Mike, anything you want to wrap it with?
One thing that Trading Technology is known for is single-click trading. So I'm just going to go in here and put a couple orders in the market. This is the real market here. I can go in there. I can modify it by drag and drop that price on this vertical price ladder. With a single click, I can cancel it. With a middle click, I can change the quantity. Let's change that up to 3 lot. Okay, change that order. Now we're going to go ahead and cancel it. This view shows every single tradable price increment. If I wanted to display these in 25-cent consolidated increments, I could do that. There you go. There's another view over here where my mouse is that is only showing prices where there are orders in the market. So instead of showing every tradable price, we're just showing prices where there are orders. And that's a little bit more what you find in the crypto world. And then we want to make it so that you don't even have to go to the exchange's websites. So up here, you have what we call the assets widget. This account it's just displaying has 2.5 Bitcoin cash, BCH, 23 ETH, $1,400 cash. So we really try to make it so that you don't have to feel like you need to be checking in on the exchange websites. Then that'll be even more useful as we add more exchanges, because you don't want to have 15 tabs open of 15 different websites. So,
Okay.
and we're taking user feedback. As I mentioned,
I have a viewer question for you. What is the best way to trade inside Coinbase, from Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash, with no wallet or vault in between? That's from Tom Lano.
So somebody could design an automated spread where they could convert out of their Bitcoin and into their Bitcoin Cash at a differential that they choose. So I actually have that as I'm going to pull up a spread here to show that. This one would be Bitcoin. This one is Bitcoin to ETH. So let's take a look. Okay, so I have on a 1 to 10 ratio, if somebody wanted to trade out of 1 BCH into 10 ETH, they could enter an order in this market where it would trade the differential, where it would be buying BTC, selling ETH. If they entered a sell order, they'd be selling 1 BTC to buy 10 ETH. So that would be a way that you can roll in and out of different crosses without having at the differential and the ratio that you specify, without having to do any wallet transactions or having to take the risk of manually trading it yourself.
Man, you guys have thought of everything, Michael. Really a pleasure meeting you. I wish you success, that hundreds of thousands of people start using your platform, and appreciate you coming in to edify our community about a way to go in crypto. Thank you, buddy.
Sure. Yeah, I enjoyed it, Dale. Thanks for giving us the opportunity.
All right. Great to meet you, my crypto trading warrior brother.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. All right, everyone. That was Michael. You could follow him at CHI, C-H-I, Mike U, and find him at tradingtech.com, right? Is that correct, Mike?
Yes, correct.
All right, buddy. All right, so that's it. I'll see everyone for Turnaround Tuesday. Don't just count your pips or your cryptos. Count your blessings, and see everyone tomorrow. Good hunting.
Bye-bye.